What don't people want for Christmas?
The cheaper version of the thing they actually want.
You mean the PlayStation 5 I got my kid is not going to be well received?
Should have gotten them a snitch.
I'd rather have a Panaphonics than a Sorny.
I see you've met my mother. I used to ask for a specific thing knowing that a good version would be right around our budget, only to have her cheap out, and then spend the difference on crappy stocking stuffers. Now I'm stuck with a worse version than I would have bought for myself and shit to throw out.
My mother too. I once showed her a silly sculpted birdhouse shaped like an old guy's head that I really liked because of the charming expression, the art, and the humor. She gave me some of those cheap dollar store face parts you're supposed to nail to trees, but had stuck them to a plain wood box birdhouse. I don't mind homemade, but this was downright ugly. Of course, she once told me not to spend my money on knitting needles because Dad could make you those. Same with bath bombs. And I said, well, are you gonna make some? And she admitted she probably wouldn't.
In the same vein, faking, giving them what they want but actually giving them a cheaper version. When a friend of mine was 19, she opened a gift, revealing a box for something she had been wanting for years, but could never afford. Before even opening the box, she started happy crying and couldn't believe her parent got it for her. Then she opened the box to see that it didn't contain what she was expecting. Instead, it was a cheap Walmart item that didn't even look similar to what she had wanted. Her entire family started laughing at her as the disappointment fell onto her face, and the happy tears turned into an anxiety attack. Then everyone got mad at her for ruining Christmas, when they were the ones who triggered the anxiety attack in the first place.
Back in 2008, I was 12. I desperately wanted an iPod. It was the peak of their popularity and sales, and I lived in a rich neighborhood, though my family was solidly middle class, and I felt a lot of pressure to have my own. Imagine how excited I was when my mom got me a knockoff MP3 player. Middle high school is unforgiving. Didn't use it once.
That's so sad. I was gifted by another family member an iPod right around that time too. I think it was Christmas 2007, but I would have been so happy with any MP3 player. I had been wanting one since the moment I knew they existed.
Unless it's been definitely stated, not hinted at but stated, and even not always then. Don't get them a fucking pet.
A friend bought me a baby rabbit once as a birthday gift. Yes, she was tiny and cute and fluffy. The sense of dread I felt outweighed all of the cuteness. I was not in a position to care for an animal at all. Luckily, I found her a home with a woman that was thrilled to have her.
Oh my god, are you my sister? A family friend gave her a rabbit once for her birthday. It chewed up our baseboards and gave us all a headache until one of my friends who loved rabbits agreed to take him.
I had a friend get me salamanders once and it pissed me off. First off, they were wild caught, so they shouldn't have been pets to begin with. Second, being wild meant that they needed live food. Third, I needed to buy all kind of stuff for them like a tank, heater, and filter. Finally, I didn't want them. I love animals, but taking care of salamanders wasn't something I wanted to do at that point in time. Most of them died within a week, and the survivors I let go, because I didn't want to see them die too. If you're going to give pets to someone, talk to them about it first and be 100% sure they want them and know what they're getting.
During one of my pregnancies, I keep getting hospitalized for dehydration. My parents thought I seemed sad, so they brought me a puppy. Yeah, Mom and Dad, perfect gift. Please, not sarcasm.
My sister bought my parents a dog they never asked for, didn't even drop a hint that they ever wanted one, nor were looking. Sister went to surprise them on Christmas Eve and both said cute dog, but we're not keeping it. Sister threw an absolute fit, left the house, refused to show up for any Christmas events that year and New Year's as well. Sister ended up keeping the dog and it's turned out to be a great dog. Parents and sister eventually made up after a few weeks, but she ruined a Christmas trying to force the dog upon my parents.
I once was super excited to give my parents a bread maker for Christmas. They instantly asked for the receipt.
I only asked for the receipt for one gift. 2 family members bought me the exact same CD, so I asked my aunt for the receipt to exchange it, and she got pissed. I asked for her receipt, and not my half-sister's. The fact my half-sister lived the other side of the country, and thus it was much more hassle to get that receipt and take the CD back, was apparently lost on my aunt, and she seemed to remain annoyed about it for ages. I was only about 16 or 17 too.
Walmart shower gel or bath gift sets.
Especially rose-scented. Walmart rose scent is a migraine in a bottle.
Or lavender. For me, that's a massive rash because I'm allergic to it. Thank fuck my mom hates lavender.
I hope this Christmas you get the gift you really want. From the bottom of my heart, I wish you all the best and hope that everything you have wished for or planned will come to you next year. Wishing you a merry and bright Christmas and a happy New Year.
Subscribe to the channel to see more life stories.